Hey, welcome. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. I am Amber. If you are new to my channel, hello. I'm so happy you stopped in today. Thank you guys all that keep coming back. All right, today I've got two more Christmas junk journals, glue book, art journals, memory keepers. So if you are interested, the link is in the description box down below. We'll start with the Snoopy journal here. Now I do have three other Snoopy journals. They all have been spoken for. I will do a separate video flip through of those three journals. So the base of this journal is a paper sack. And then for the cover here, I used a bunch of different pieces of fabric. I added Snoopy on his doghouse. I drew that, used my alcohol markers, and then I did use my laminator. It's the Q Fun laminator. I will leave the link down below. I'm not affiliated with them, but they did send me a laminator to try out, and I'm really liking it. It's a nice alternative for me to seal my journal covers. Then I just added some different trims here. This journal is very large. This is 12 inches. It's a little over 12 inches. The width is about 12 inches plus the handles. So yeah, it's pretty wide, but I just thought the handles would be so fun. I have a paper sack journal that I made for the paper bag series, and I love the handles. So what I did is I just took the handles and I sewed some scraps of fabric around there. So there are 3 signatures. Each signature has 24 pages, giving you 48 front and backs with a total of 144 journal spaces. So these Snoopy journals are all somewhat similar. They're all going to come with a fodder pack, and I'll go through that really quickly here. Inside, you're going to get 2 of these little cute paper clips. One has a little gingerbread, then one's got a Santa. You're going to get some handmade fodder by me. You're all going to have a Rudolph with the little red nose. Some of them are a little bit different. They might be a little lighter in color. You're going to get a coffee cup of some sort. They're all a little different. You're going to get a couple different Christmas trees. Once again, different colors. You'll have a gingerbread man, a little candy cane. I included a little mitten set. They're all different colors. And then a little hat. You're going to have a snowman of some sort. You're going to have a Santa Claus. You will have a strip of Peanuts stickers of some sort. You're all going to have the same sheet. These came out of this little candy box I found at the Dollar Tree. There are very little stickers, but you will get those. You're going to also get a few more Snoopy Christmas stickers. I included this greeting card. I recently found these at the Dollar General. Going to get a CD sleeve that you could decorate. And then just some more fun little stickers. Some of these are from the Dollar General. These are like little puffy dogs. You're going to have a vintage Christmas tag. They will all come with a vintage Holly Hobby tag. Gonna have 4 little fun round stickers of some sort. Then there's a variety of playing cards in here. There should be a rummy one. Some of these might be sewed in here. I included all of these somehow in the journal. So you have a rummy one, a Santa Claus one. You're gonna have this little decorative tag and this little ice cream cup one. So all of that will be in this little package. I lined the inside here with wallpaper, some shiny silver wallpaper. So you're going to get a lot of the offcuts in the journal, either from the pages I used in here or in the cover. So here's the offcuts. I've got this, The Joy of a Peanuts Christmas, and I did include some pages inside the journal. And then I gave some extra sheets for you also. So you will have 2 or 3 of these tucked in the journal somewhere. Oh, this one I forgot to show. These pockets are from some really cute Scotty dog fabric. I did happen to find a Peanuts cake. So there will be a page from my vintage cake decorating magazines. So that will be tucked in here. Then I added a lot of larger book pages in here. This was from a Snowman book. They're all going to have construction paper. Here is a little snowman that I included. And then here is a vintage Christmas card. I included some sprayed music paper or some painty papers. You're going to have a coloring book page from, I thought it was a vintage Snoopy or Peanuts coloring book. I did find the year. It's 2002, I think. So, oh, I guess that's 23, 24 years old. So it's kind of yellowed around here, which is cool. You'll have pages from different recipe or cookbooks, different children's books. I do have some encyclopedia, some Charlie Brown encyclopedia books, and I tried to include, I think, 3 sets of these pages in here. Recipe paper, you're going to have some of this fun stationery. I got this from Miss Tracy. I included the bottoms of the paper sack, and what I did was I just added a bunch of different types of fabric pieces and sewed around it and made pockets. They're all going to come with a snowman sheet of stationery. Should have a page from a vintage cookbook. Here is one of those pages from this book. I think I included 3 of these pages. You're going to have wallpaper, trims. There's trims throughout here. There's more of that fun stationery from Tracy. This is from a Southern Living cookbook. More Peanuts pages. It's really pretty trim. I think this is from Maddie. 80s craft books or cookbook pages. Charlie Brown. Sprayed music paper. More construction paper. They're all going to have a sheet of Monopoly money. Second signature, here's some more fun stationery. So you have lots of writing space in here. This is actually some wallpaper that will take paint, watercolor. It's a little thick. It's nice and soft. This is from another children's book, the Snoopy coloring book. I like these pages. They're a little bit longer. The pages are all different sizes in here, which I love. Gives you lots of space. I thought this was kind of cool for writing. Photos. This is from a vintage little golden book, I believe. I included some pages from some vintage ideals books or magazines. This is 1963. I just think these pages are gorgeous. Here's some painty paper. I tried to add some Christmas colors. A pocket. I included a little sheet of this vintage wrapping paper that I have. I just love it. It's so cute. Here's more of the Peanuts book, more of the Christmas Peanut book, Charlie Brown. They're all going to come with a little fabric cluster that I made. You're going to get a 6x6 sheet of scrapbook paper. So I filled all the pockets and tucks with things. Just a variety of pages, an eclectic mix. I love this scrapbook paper here. It's double-sided with the deer on the back. Third signature, this is from another children's book. Wallpaper, that looks like some holly there, or little holly berries. There is the other part of the paper bag bottom. You're going to have another sheet of stationery, and this is just some fun little Dollar Tree paper. I included a page from a Care Bear Christmas book. Now this is a little bit, it's like a cardstock page, but you'll have a page from that. Craft book paper. Love this little book with the little bear. Wallpaper. More trims. This is some more stationery. So cool. Love these cross-stitch books. They're all going to have a manila envelope that I added some acrylic paint. And then inside here, I gave you a couple of the little suckers that came inside the Snoopy candy fun box. And I thought that you could somehow reuse the wrapper if you wanted to. So you'll have those tucked in there. This is from a Southern Living book. I love these pages. You could color that. This has a red envelope, and then in the envelope, I just included some more stickers. The 90s. More trims. This is some vintage stationery, wallpaper, children's book pages. Lots of color in here. There's that Care Bear book. Another cluster, more wallpaper, and then we're at the back here. You've got another fabric pocket. I added this fun trim here, and then here's just some offcuts of the wallpaper used in this journal or some of the other ones. You make tags, collage with that. That is the back. Okay, so that is this one. So you have a nice big journal. These are so much fun, guys, because they're just squishy and you can fill them up. There's tons of pages, but you could still fill them up. You have lots of space to journal. So if you're into big journals, this is a big one. All right, and then I've got this one. I had this one in my collection. I just relisted it and I added a little fodder pack to it. So this is from a gift bag and it is 10 inches by 8. It just has one signature. There are 52 journaling places front and back. This one has some scrappiness. It's got lots of fabric scraps in here. I lined it with some wallpaper. Okay, lots of extra goodies and fun things in here. I included 2 of those little paper clips with Santa and the gingerbread. You have a fun fodder pack here too. I'll show you what's in this one. I gave you a little gingerbread man with a hat, snowman. You have a little winter hat, a couple little Christmas trees, and then you've got a little mitten. And then I included some of these fun little tags. I love these little shaped ones. These I recently got at the Dollar General. Actually, all of these are from the Dollar General. You got a little snowman, little rummy card, and then these little cute stickers. So that is all going to be in this little pack. I'll add a little fun sticker to it. So then in here, I included just a lot of fun extras. Here's some fun Monopoly money, a little playing card with some mittens, a piece of that cute stationery with the snowman, children's book pages. There is some wrapping paper here, and I just backed it up to this is some older construction paper, scrapbook paper, and then I just added some fun stuff. You're going to have a bingo card in here that you could alter, decorate. I love this little sweet card. This is just probably from a thrift store. They cut the cards apart. So you have all those little woodland animals. Then this is a recipe card, and I just added this fun little twine there. So those will be tucked in here. I sewed a Uno card, and then I just added another little sheet of stationery, some tickets that I made, and another little vintage Christmas card. Some scraps, you got some lace. I hinged this page together with some ribbon. So you have some cookbook page, some more really fun stationery. And then I just made this little tag using some scraps. And this is just from, I don't know, some kind of packaging. Added a little fabric there. You can move that. I can move everything around. Oh, and then I clipped this little snowman tag here. Move that around. This is from a children's book with some bears. There's some brown lace, graph paper, music paper, more graph paper, some scrapbook paper. There's a little pocket here, a little flip, and then there's another little piece of stationery. This does have a page from a little golden book, My Christmas Treasury, 1976. More cookbook, lace. There is some coloring book pages. So I hinged these together with some offcuts. You're going to see some of this Christmas cat wrapping paper. This is from a vintage cookbook, little red paper sack. And then in here, I clipped some just fun extras, some tags, some little fun stickers. You got Mrs. Claus. So just some fun stuff to play with. Coloring book page. Here is another little Uno card. And then I just made this little tag here, little bear. Children's book page. And then here's just some more fun little cards with a snowman. There's that vintage card. And then I think I decoupaged this napkin, did some stamping, distress. And yeah, this is really sort of scrappy. Just added some lined paper, did a little sewing, and then some more little stamping. Here is a little tag with the snowman, and I just paper clipped that, so you can move that around. Graph paper, this is some vintage graph paper. And then some more fun stationery. And then this was some vintage construction paper. And a lot of times with wrapping paper, because it's so thin, and construction paper, if it's thin, I like to back it up. And I just punched a little hole there. And then here is another vintage recipe card. These look really good. Chip and granola bars. I love these 1975. These are just fun, whether you want to do the recipes or alter them. A children's book page. So cute. And then we're at the back here, another little scrappy pocket with some lace. And, you know, you can see my threads and stuff. Here is just looks like I just took some recycled cardboard and did some acrylic paint. And then I gave you a couple sheets, it looks like, of this really cute stationery. So adorable. And then I forgot I did this. This was a snowman coconut cake. And I sewed it here, so you sort of have like some journaling spot, or if you wanted to, you could cut this apart and glue this in a journal. And so I sort of just made like a little book here, sewed some fabric, and then I've got the recipe on the back, which I think is kind of cute, and just a little scrap of stationery or scrapbook paper. So you have that. So you have this cute little one signature journal. This is the back. Very scrappy, guys. Lots of trims and threads. I love the size of this one. It's very cute. Love this little bag. So if you're looking for just something for December, you've got lots of space in there. Okay, guys, thank you so much. These two are listed in my Etsy shop. I will leave the details in the description box down below. I will be having 2 candy box journals and a bear journal, and I believe those are going to be the last Christmas journals I will have. So I will see you soon. I hope you find some sunshine today, and I hope you find some creative time for yourself. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon.